All right, so today we're going to be looking at strength and does it matter and where's the sweet spot when it comes to this. 2K Labs dropped a really intriguing video breaking down strength, body shape, height, and weight and how that affected brick wall. And I was really surprised with the outcome. So let's just start with the height. Believe it or not, your height has something to do with the effectiveness of your brick wall, which again, this is 2K's terminology, it's not mine. It doesn't make any sense. But as you can see in this graph, 6'8", 7 foot, and 7'4", as you start to get taller, you can see in the red, which is the stronghold, you get a 47% stronghold on that at 7'4", and at 7 feet, you get a 40% stronghold, and then a light hold 48% of the time, and then at 7 feet, and then for 7'4", you get a 44% stronghold. So basically, it's literally the taller you are, the better the screen is going to be. Okay, so with that little bit of data, you'll think that okay, you want to be the tallest as you can possibly be, but not so fast, because you look at the strength, okay, and 83 strength to 99 strength. You can see that there's not much difference in the strength. Okay, so your strength has nothing to do with how effective your screen will be. Okay, just keep that in mind. Your strength has nothing to do with how effective your screens are. Your height does. And then there's one more aspect that you would think that will have something to do with it, and it doesn't, and that is your weight. Your weight has nothing to do, as you can see, just straight across, there's nothing to do with how effective your screen is. So your weight has no effectiveness, your strength has no effectiveness, but your height has effectiveness. So then you're like, well, then does that mean that we just go 7'4" to set really good screens? Not necessarily, because there's something else that's even stranger than your height being effective. That is going to be your body type. Yes, you heard that correctly, your body type. As you can see, if you're a burly body type, you have a 44.5% stronghold effectiveness compared to if you're ripped, which is at 40%, and thin at 37%. So basically, based upon this data, you want to have a burly, tall center, right? A burly, tall center. And then the last key tidbit is the badge test. Now, when you look at the badge test, you can see that legend badge, your legend brick wall, is the most effectiveness. Okay, so not trying to be too confusing here, all right? I just want to break this down. You want to get a tall, burly center that can potentially get either gold, Hall of Fame, or legend, or preferably legend. Okay, preferably legend. So when you come over here and I come over to center, right, we go back and we looked at the height, and it said 7'4", and as you can see on the right side where it says body type, I'm going to be up my weight until I see burly. Okay, boom, I see burly right here at 276 pounds at 7'4", but my speed is 44. Now, this build typically will be in the rec or in the pro-am, right? You're not bringing it anywhere else. But 7'4" with just 44 speed, and your stamina is going to be getting drained because you're holding R2 or the right trigger if you're Xbox, continuously just trying to keep up with your opponent. All right, to me that's just not really the sweet spot. So it would be nice to be 7'4" with a 91 strength and a burly type, because that'll allow you to get the legend brick wall, but it doesn't make sense in the fact of you're just going to be too slow. So we go to 7'3" and we do the same exact thing. We up our weight until we see burly, right? And boom, you see burly, and again, you're 46 speed at 7'3", and that's just not going to cut it, in my opinion. So we go 7'2", we go up in our weight, and as you're going to see, a little bit quicker, 50 speed at 273, and again, we're maxed out a wingspan, doesn't matter, 51 speed. That seems decent, right? but it's still just too slow. So then we'll go 7'1", and then we're up our weight until we get to Burley. And as you can see here, we have a 56 speed. All right, 50 speed. Now, to me, we already saw, remember that chart when we were looking at the height, and the height played a integral part and on the screens, but 7 feet was the one that they looked at 40%. But you're thinking that 7'1" has to be, obviously 7'4" is 47%, then 7 feet at 40, at 40%, and then 7'1", it should be what, like maybe like 43% stronghold, right? But I still am not really big on that type of height with the speed. So now I go 7 feet, and then I go ahead and up my thing again, my weight, until I get to Burley. And then now you see 64. And we max out the wingspan, and I feel like 7 feet with a 7'2" wingspan, that actually hits the sweet spot, in my opinion. Because now I have Burley body type, okay? I have really good speed, and I will have, based upon the charts, a 40% stronghold, all right, on that. Remember, this all stacks, so we're gonna have the height, the body type, and the badge, all three of those, okay? So now what we'll do is we'll come here, and we'll go 91 on our strength, because we want to go 91 on the strength, because as we remember, when you go with Legend Brick Wall, it's another 40% stronghold with that. So you can do a max +2 here from gold to legend, right? And be able to get that. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll max out, we'll go all the way up on our speed, and we will get our agility up, okay? And then again, from here, it's all about your preference of how do you want this build to be. But for me, like for instance, I'm just gonna do something that you'll typically see with this a build like this. All right, again, this is basically your preference. All right, I like to just get 60 here. I also always try to get 62, as you can see. And this is another thing, at 7 feet, you're able to get the Immovable Enforcer, right? And then of course on the block, again, really up to you. I'm not really big on the blocking, because the defense on this game, when it comes to interior, is not the greatest. So I try to get the bronze badges here. I know some people will be like, yo, the defense ain't enough. Well, let's just keep it a stack here, guys. This is the highest output of offense of a 2K game since 2K20, right? The offense is really good on this game. People score at a very high limit. Unless you're being an all-out lockdown, you shouldn't be going all out on defense. You should be trying to keep up with the offense, right? Getting a good offensive build. Okay? So I'll repeat that again. Unless you're a lockdown, you should not be going all out on your defense, right? And don't be half-assing it. Don't be trying to go in between. In between ain't gonna get you nowhere, right? So just keep that in mind. That's just my professional opinion, all right? Pass accuracy. We always want to make sure we go 87 on that pass ac, all right? Boom. We had the 87 pass accuracy. We don't have to go and do any more, any less. We always want to make sure we can shoot, okay? So that's why we're going 78 on our 3-ball. That will give a set shot specialist. You can max +1 that one up too. But I also go 75 on my, let me make sure I got this right. So I want to make sure, let me see. We need to have an 83 ball. So let me make sure I'm not changing anything here. Boom, we'll go 7'5", and then we'll go 83 ball, all right? Because we want to get that sharp take just in case. Then we'll turn around here and get an 80 on our free throw. Now again, I'm just doing something here, just off the limb, right? I'm not putting too much time and effort and thinking in this. I'm just showing you what you could do. Again, getting that high standing dunk, which will give you the elite contact dunks. What you can do to be really effective here. So you can obviously go 91 here, use 5 cap breakers here to get this to a 96. Or you can just stop at 92, and 92 will give you rebound chaser on gold, and then do a max +2 to get it on legend. Okay, you can go up higher on the defensive rebound if you wanted to. It's your call. There's no really right or wrong answer here. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to how you feel about your gameplay and what your teammates are looking for, right? If you want to go more on your defense, you can. You're at 94 overall, right? There's no wrong answer here. So again, like I said, if you want to go higher here and go 90 on your defensive rebound, and then, you know, go 96 on your, your 90 on your offensive rebound, 96 on your defensive, and then use a, you know, we go 95 or 94 and use 5 cap breakers here to get to 99. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. As you can see, the build is pretty much, you know, set in a good spot. I don't recommend going too crazy on the finishing aspects, like getting a rebound. Standing dunk is always a good idea. Don't really worry about the layup. The driving dunk at a 65 is good. Having that high standing dunk is what I always recommend. Again, post control, if you're talking about from a competitive standpoint, that's not necessarily a big thing either that you need to be worried about. Same thing for the close shot. All you're really doing is if you're not shooting, picking and popping and shooting threes, then you're going back, setting screens, rolling to the basket, getting standing dunks, okay? So again, you're a 96 overall. If I wanted to go, let's say 75, just to get those quick drops, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that either. I don't see any issues with that. Let me see, what else can we do? I'm just slowly but surely just trying to build this out. Maybe let's go 70. And again, the reason why, again, because, you know, look, I'm going back to my roots of just wanting to be a finisher, dog. So y'all gonna be like, yo, you always doing so. Yes, man, I'm always trying to make sure I can finish at the basket, dog. All right, that's why, like, even something like, okay, I can't go too high on that. All right, because what I would do is, you know, me, man, I'm over here about to I'm trying to put the ball on the ground, maybe. Let's see if they'll allow me to get that 75. Boom. So now that 75 gives me that other takeover, right? Which would be the come up here, layup master. So we can do that. I am able to get the crasher, right? So that's big. Maybe I'm pretty excited here. Let's go. Let me see if I'm able to just get boom. Let's just do that, right? Nothing crazy here. Again, just really, and again, to me, this is really dope because you get the 99 defensive rebound, right? You can upgrade you can do a +5 here to get the 99 standing dunk, or you can go upgrade some badges there on your driving dunk, driving layup, your close shot. If you want to go higher here and get to a 91 pass act, you can. To me, and again, I'm just giving you what I think is the sweet spot at 7 feet, 272 with a 91 strength and something building around it, okay? So I'm not trying to go too crazy. I just want to show you some of the ways that you can go about this. A lob threat glass visionary is absolutely insane name, all right? And then we can just come out here and take a look at what we got. But remember now, very important, once you load up, to come over here to your appearance, come over here to visuals, body type is firm, and you want to get the burly. So you see out here, you want to change it, go to visuals and then go to burly. So now you have the burly body type, you're 7 feet. You look crazy looking, but this is what 2K, this will be the perfect body to set screens. I don't know what any type of cap breakers will have here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you can actually get an 85 driving dunk on this build. Really, really crazy here. 87, 8, 89, 90, 91, 92. You get 93 pass accuracy here. 3, 6, 7, 8. So then you're actually able to get an 83 mid-range. That's something to keep in mind. Kind of one off from getting 84, which will give you Chris Bosh's jump shot. So you can see a lot of potential in something like this. But this is statistically what you will want to make if you want to set the best screens in NBA 2K26. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, just make sure you drop a like, you subscribe to the channel, and as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Mania. You know, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.